All right, great.
All right, so with that, I will call to order this meeting of the Easthampton Planning Board for Tuesday, September 21st, 2021. All members are appearing remotely and the meeting is being recorded. First up, public speak. Is there anyone who would like to speak to anything not on the agenda?
I see no members of the public in attendance who are not members of the board.
All right. So
officially welcome Ken now that we're recording.
Yeah, so I did want to have this partially because of the public speak, because as you guys who've been here longer know, this is sort of one of our roles is to be an outlet where people can come talk to us, although it happens infrequently. And it's always, I get a little uncomfortable when we haven't gotten together at all for a while. But also, yeah, we've got Ken, who is a new member, an associate member at the moment. And I think we're a fully staffed planning board for the first time in a while. So that's one relief. So welcome aboard, Ken and Danny. I know you've had a couple meetings, although I missed one of them, but really glad to see you guys here and not just fill out the roster with warm bodies, but I think we actually got some really good additions to the team. So that'll be excellent.
Agree.
So the only real business tonight we've got, sorry, James.
Before we move topic, I wonder if it might be valuable to spend 30 seconds talking about what makes an alternate different from a regular member, or if Ken, if you're already fully comfortable with that.
You know what? You can give me the rundown.
Yeah, so that might be valuable.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit when Ken and I met in person. Essentially, they're varying. They're depending on what's before us, like a special permit or a site plan approval generally is just voted on by the full members unless there's a member that's not present, and then you get to step in and take that vote. So in some ways it ends up being sort of no glory because you sit through 3 weeks of hearings on some big project and then you don't get to vote. But on the other hand, you don't have to vote. And if somebody can't make it, you get to vote in their stead. And then for all the administrative things, you know, voting on minutes, voting on any of the other things that come before us, all of us have the same vote. So it's a little bit of sort of figuring out what you do and don't get to vote for. And for years, we all just voted on everything. And then when we did the decisions, we would remove the associates' vote from the decision. But I think that sort of muddies the water. So we'll try to be a little better about that so that everyone knows who's voting.
And I appreciate you mentioning that, Jesse, because I was actually going to ask how you wanted to handle that. The ZBA, which I also staff, does exactly what you just said, which is everybody votes. And then when I record the decision, I record a 5-0 vote where 6 people's votes are recorded. In this particular case, what you'd say is for any circumstance where there's no vote from an associate member sought, so any non-administrative item and item where all the members of the board are present, whatever vote it is, we record it as, you know, only the members voting.
Yeah, I think it confuses applicants. I also think that sometimes, you know, some of these things, we've had some pretty tough votes in the last couple of years specifically. And I don't know that I would force someone to vote a meaningless vote. That's it's hard enough when we got into straw polls and stuff. So that's always been my preference. But James, do you have any thoughts?
We actually voted on this way back when I was an associate member. And that's when we added the fact that the associate member gets in a vote on administrative items, which was never added before, which I was thrilled about. They gave me some, you know, some value to be at the meeting at that point. But other than that, other than when an associate member officially gets in a vote for, you know, a special permit or some other thing where you're missing, there's no vote. That's what we did, is that, you know, you don't get a vote unless it's either administrative, which means we're doing things like these minutes or voting on who the chair and vice chair are going to be. Those are things which you get a vote, which is interesting because by doing that, it's a 6 vote. So you could potentially, you know, we screwed ourselves, give ourselves a tie vote. But of course, I think chairs break ties. So that's anyway.
Yeah, guess which way I might vote in that event, though, James.
No.
No, yeah, James, you're right. And we actually, that's by state law that the associate can't vote on those substantive matters. So we can't change that. And so I think giving someone a meaningless vote, I mean, so Ken, you're free to ask questions at any of these things. You participate fully. Even if we're at, let's say we're voting tonight and we know that all of us are here and, you know, short of James or, you know, having a heart attack or somebody losing their internet or whatever, like you might vote, but it's unlikely. You can still ask all the questions. Who knows, your question may be the one that tells Chris how to vote when he hears the answer. So I think that I really don't want you to feel like you're participating in any way differently, except for when the final vote on some of those applications comes in, you just won't get to vote.
Okay.
Curtis?
So, but on minutes, I'll vote, right? You're saying?
Yeah, so approving the minutes, and there's more and more of the things that we all vote on. When we did the housing production plan, we all voted on that. When we do bylaws and things like that with the ordinance committee, we'll all vote on that. It's really the site plan approval and the special permit applications that require just the members, or if you're subbing in.
But you won't vote on tonight's minutes because you weren't there.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And to echo what Jesse's saying, this is Curtis with the planning staff. While you're not voting on continuances, approvals, or anything like that associated with these big site plans and special permits, when you've got the full quorum of the board, you are still entitled to participate at every point up to voting. Jesse said that explicitly, and I'm just echoing him. So, like, if you're present and you have questions about an application, you should feel absolutely empowered to raise them.
Yeah.
The one caveat I'll give, and Jesse, back me up here, can he make motions, not to approve or deny, but, that the applicant should provide an updated site plan?
It's probably cleaner not to.
Yeah. So
I think that because that's this. I mean, I would say he couldn't vote on that motion, so he probably can't make it either.
Unless he has a vote based on an absence or something.
Yep.
So Ken, it's a bit of a tricky situation. Let's just say there's a plan before the board where you have something that you're concerned about. It strikes me that the best approach would be for you to raise it, argue it to the board, and say, I would appreciate if one of my fellow members of the board would make a motion to ask the applicant to prepare an updated site plan that shows this accurately. Does that make sense?
Kind of influence it without actually making the motion.
You can even word the motion as far as I'm concerned and pass it off to another member of the board to run the last 1 yard with the football, if you will.
Okay. All right.
And don't be afraid to ask, Ken. None of
Okay. And that's what I'll do.
As you can see, we're still sort of working through how this works logistically. So it's always a work in progress.
I tend to see associate members as future board members.
Yeah.
And that's what I was just going to say. I look at this as sort of a training bed, but also, being an alternate vote in case one of you folks are out or have to recuse yourself or whatever, excuse yourself.
Thank you, Jesse, for doing that.
Excellent. All right. So, and James made a good point. So with minutes, only those members who are present at the meeting vote on those minutes. So normally you will vote on these, but I think all these predate you. So, and I'll usually call those out. So the first one we have is June 29th minutes. I think we were all there except Ken.
I motion to approve the June 29th minutes, 2021.
Second that.
All right, voting to approve. And Ken, just so you know, since we're all remote, we have to do roll call vote. So we'll go through and you can just say you're abstaining. But James, voting to approve the minutes.
Aye.
Danny.
Aye.
Chris.
Aye.
Ken.
Abstain.
Harry.
Aye.
And I am an aye. Moving on to July 20th. And on this one, it looks like Ken and Danny were absent from that one.
Motion to approve the July 20 minutes, 2021.
Seconded.
All right, voting to approve. James.
Aye.
Danny.
Abstain, right?
Chris, yeah.
Aye.
Ken.
Abstain.
And Harry.
Aye.
And I am an aye. And then we've got July 27th, where Ken and I were not present. So,
Is this the first Fort Hill one?
I think.
yes. Looks. No.
No, it's the last of the.
This is the Blood Z. Yeah.
Blood Z.
Great.
Motion to approve the July 27th, 2021 minutes.
Seconded.
All right. Voting to approve July 27th. James.
Aye.
Danny.
Aye.
Chris.
Aye.
Ken.
Abstain.
Harry.
Aye.
And I will also abstain. And that is all our work tonight. Ken, we will spend the next year trying to beat this time, okay?
I know, right?
12 minutes.
Can we clarify the next meeting date?
Next meeting is October 5th.
Is that our?
If I understand that, I need to be at that one because I did do the video.
Yes, please.
Will I need to be there?
Yeah, that's a Fort Hill one, right, Curtis?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Jesse will recuse himself, so you'll make a fifth.
Okay,
And
I'll
we
make
get
the fifth.
4 out of 5 on a special permit, so those votes are important.
Yeah.
Okay, I will be here.
All
Right. And for everybody's backstory, I know everybody already knows this, but let me just be a pet and say it all the way through. So special permits uniquely require not just a majority of the board, but a quorum of the board. And as the board has 5 members, you need a majority of 4 out of 5 in order to vote to approve a project, which means that generally speaking, we want to have at least 4, if not 5 people from the board, including members and associates present in every hearing. Since we know that Jesse's recusing himself from all hearings in the 30 Fort Hill series, Ken and I discussed, and Ken already reviewed the recording of the first meeting and signed the Mullins affidavit associated with that meeting, which we filed with the project, which means that he's going to be attending the rest and a full voting member on them. So congratulations. Welcome immediately to a complicated site plan. I'm going to love it.
Thank you
very much.
All right, excellent. I'm glad we all got together, and I'm also glad we're done in 15 minutes. And I'll see you guys on the 5th. If I can get a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Seconded.
All right, voting to adjourn. James,
Aye.
Danny,
Aye.
Chris,
Aye.
Ken.
I or abstain?
No,
You can
aye.
aye.
You can vote on that one. Harry,
Aye.
and I am an aye. Have an excellent night, folks.
Thank you,
Night,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye.
Take care, y'all.
Bye.